Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life and finances. My name is Yamitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy Specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? I hope you guys are so ready to get this day started. Like, I am super duper ready. I hope you're ready. Good morning. I hope everybody had a safe weekend. And I hope you, so if you don't know, I have been, so I'm celebrating, my birthday is the whole month of June. Well, I'm celebrating the whole month of June for my birthday, number one. And so what that means is that I'm giving away free things, I'm giving away products, I'm giving away all the things for my birthday. So, yesterday, so every day I'll be going live. I'm trying to get the links up. So every day I'll be going live to give away a freebie or to do one thing. So yesterday we did the 5 Steps to Live Past Crazy webinar. If you go to bit.ly 5 Keys to Live, you will see that was yesterday's freebie. And the day before that, it was my reading list. So you guys can catch that. And then we will have a freebie today. But make sure, guys, that you are sharing the video, because sharing is caring. If your friends and family do not have Facebook, we do have a YouTube channel where they can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. And they are by topic and by title. Let's not forget that the Live Past Crazy Girlfriends Retreat is August the 23rd through the 25th in Clearwater, Florida, at the Edge Hotel. So I'm excited about that. The tickets are on sale now. I've posted all the links for you. Y'all, somebody at my office was sick, and I'm trying my best not to get sick, but this scratchy throat is not helping at all. Like, it's not working for me at all. So I got it. Great morning, Miss Valerie. I got to get rid of this scratchy throat. That's for sure. So I hope everybody had a great weekend. I hope you're ready to get this morning started. So I'm gonna start this morning with a quote. So the quote for the day is, I was not the lion, but it fell to me to give the lion's roar. And that's by Winston Churchill. And I think that has earned a quote for, that has earned a spot on the wall of quotes, because that, if you think about, is an amazing, it's not amazing, but it should be like, remember, who used to say that things that make you go, RCL Hall? It should make you do that. I am not the lion, but it fell on me to give the lion's roar. And that's by Winston Churchill. And in the simplest of terms, it means I may not have thought I was the person to do what I needed to do, but it is falling on me to do the things that need to be done. The quote is, I am not the lion, but it fell on me to give the lion's roar, by Winston Churchill. We may think that we are not the ones to do it, but it is fallen upon us to get it done. And so with that, we have to accept our plight and move on and do it anyway. Good morning, Beverly. Do you want me to call you Bev or Beverly? Some of my Beverly friends don't like for me to say their name, so please let me know which one you prefer. So that is the quote for the day. I think it's amazing. I was not the lion, but it failed to me to give the lion's roar. My sister, that means it does not matter. What's my girl Audre Lorde when it says it matters less and less whether I'm afraid? Just saying. And that, I've been picking a lot of quotes. I haven't been picking the quotes. The quotes have been picking me. And they all seem to be going hand in hand together. Right? I'm trying to find this one. I was not the lion, but it fell on me to give the lion's roar. There we go. You are the one. So today's fill the stop for the day. Yes, and we're going to go off of that quote, actually. It begins, so if it's falling on you to give the lion's roar, it starts as a whisper. So if it starts, oh, thank you, Beverly. So if it starts as a whisper, it seems, when it starts as a whisper, it is hard for you to remain silent when you have it. When it starts as a whisper, and you can apply this to anything. Like if you have started on a spiritual journey or any journey, everything starts out as a whisper, where it's the thought that maybe this is not right. Perhaps there's a different way. Maybe I can look at it this way. And the more the whisper comes to you, the harder it seems to you that it's not right to keep silent about it, right? Like it's just not right for you to keep it to yourself. It started as a whisper, and it's whispering to you. And now that you know, you are finding it difficult to keep it to yourself because it doesn't seem right to keep the knowledge that you know to yourself. Why wouldn't we want, now that in the Bible it tells us now that we know we are to go and teach others. It says that in the Bible about women that, young wives are to teach, the older wives are to teach the younger wives. But period, we are our sister's keeper. So now that we know, why would we not want to tell anybody? Because it doesn't seem right to hold this information into ourselves. So it begins as a whisper, right? And the second thing is the whisper then turns into a roar. It is where you have finally discovered, or it has awakened your power to change and influence those around you. And so whispering, thinking about it, having the thoughts, and saying it piecemeal and conversation is no longer working. So now your whisper has to be a roar, period. Because it has to be a shout. Because there's no way that you can possibly continue to live with the information that you have and not want to shout it to the next person. Hey, my sister, you don't have to live like this. Let me give you some greater information. Let me show you perhaps a different way. So first, it begins as a whisper, and it seems wrong that you keep it to yourself and things are not changing. And then your whisper goes to a shout, and that's where your power is, where you want to influence the people that you are around immediately so that they understand. And then finally, you have to live the whisper out loud. You have to live your whisper out loud. What started as a small thought that has now grown as a shout, you now have to live your whisper out loud. And that simply means go back to your original thought, where it seemed wrong to keep this information to yourself, where it seemed wrong to not help out your fellow sisters with the information that you know. Please understand. So confessions and conversation, this is me. I have started, let me tell you something. And I don't want to offend anybody, because I'm a church-going girl. I was a minister's wife, I didn't grow up in church. I didn't go to church till I was 12. But from 12 until I stopped being a minister's wife, I was all things in the church. Every day the church opened, I was there. From singing in the choir to usher board to president of the Missionary Society. I did all the things. But when I started on this journey, when I took this journey for real, I stopped going to church. And at first, I didn't understand. And then my children didn't understand, because they knew we got up, we went to Sunday school, and we went to church. But what I was learning and the way that I was experiencing God could no longer be defined inside the walls of the church. I felt more constraint. Thank you, Miss Valerie. I'll post it in a minute. I felt more constrained than I did inspired to go change the world. So that's where my whisper began. My whisper began there, sitting in church. Like, Jojo, you've been sitting in church since you were 12, and you've yet to impact your community. You've yet to impact any other sister. So what is the benefit now? And yes, I can give all the arguments like anybody else on why we should go to church every Sunday so that you can commune with other people. So you be fed. But I was realizing I was getting fed in other places. And the more that my mind expanded, that God is far greater than the four walls that I chose to put him in, then my relationship with religion changed, and it was no longer religion. It was my relationship with him. I am the relationship with him. And when that changed, then the journey got deeper. Then my whisper turned into a shout, where somebody's waiting to hear my voice. They will not move until I move. Then I was able to live that whisper out loud. Now, do I go to church? Sometimes, yes. I go because I've been in there my whole life, and I do miss going and everybody's on one accord and praising the Lord. But it's no longer the thing that feeds me. Does that make sense? So sometimes when you're on this journey, you're going to find that you may be going against the very thing that has set you up for life. Like, you may be going against the very thing that you've always understood to be true, period. And now that you're going against everything that you know to be true, it's a different life, it's a different world, and you have to think about that. So that's just my confession. So here's the quote for the day. And I love this quote. I was not the lion, but it fell on me to give the lion's roar. Yes, Miss Valerie, that's the quote I was talking about. And when I was over the missionaries, I used to talk about that all the time. And then I realized that none of the older ladies in my church were teaching me that. And am I now? I was not the lion, but has it fallen on me to give the lion's roar? And that simply means you may think that you're not the person to carry out the thing that you need to do. But my sister, you are. You may not be the lion, but it's fell on you to give the lion's roar. That means it is your job to change your community, to change your family, to impact your loved ones. It is you. You may not have wanted it to be. You may not really accept that it is you, but the lion's roar has fallen on you. And so it begins with the whisper. And beginning with the whisper, and that's just like that thought that seems, it doesn't seem right for me to keep all this information to myself. It doesn't seem right for me to know this thing and not share it with my sister, my family, my friends. And so it starts with a whisper. It starts with the small thoughts that you have that perhaps maybe you can, but what if they knew? Let me show them. It starts with that. And you know that if you keep it to yourself, that it's just not right. It's not going to be right, because now then you're an information hoarder. So now you have all this information. What are you going to do with it? And then it begins with the whisper, but then the whisper turns into a shout. Because now it has awakened your power within you to change your very surroundings. So now you are excited and you're determined. You're bound and determined. It has awakened your power within you to change. You could change your immediate family instantaneously. Great morning, Miss Margaret. I need to go to the beach. I cannot wait to get to the beach. So it begins with a whisper. The whisper turns into a shout. And lastly, we have to live the whisper out loud. And for me, the whisper out loud is my sister's keeper. The whisper out loud is, I am the only live past crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? The whisper out loud for me is the girlfriend's retreat. The whisper out loud for me is the book tour. The whisper out loud is to read, is to do more books, to write more books, to impact more people. Because, let's go back to the quote, I was not the lion, but it fell on me to give the lion's roar. Let's put it this way. Never in my life did I see myself as being married to a minister. Never in my life did I see myself being abused. Never in my life did I see myself in a shelter, begging for food, asking for clothes, picking up pennies off the street. I never saw my life like that. I'm not the lion. I'm not. But it fell on me to give the lion's roar, meaning those things happened to me so that I could hear the whisper. That whisper would turn into the shout, and the shout would make me want to live my whisper out loud. Y'all, I just got that. That made me cry. A to the man. It was not, I'm not the lion, but it fell to me to give the lion's roar. I had to go through that so that I could hear the whisper. And the whisper was, Jojo, this is not quite right. And so now that you know that it's not right, I'm now going to give you the steps to understand how you can change it. And it's not right for you to remain silent and keep this information to yourself. And so then my whisper became a shout. It awakened the power within me to realize that I could be my sister's keeper. I could change my immediate family. I could help my friends. I could do the things. And then I have to live the whisper out loud. I have to live the whisper out loud. I am my sister's keeper. There will be books. There will be retreats. There will be more. I am the only Live Past Crazy specialist. It came to me as a whisper. I'm not the lion, but it fell on me to give the lion's roar. You may think that it is not you to do the very thing that you need to do. You may think it is not you and that you have no power to change your immediate situation, let alone impact your friends and family. You may think that because you think you're not the lion. But that whisper is there for a reason. You may not be the lion. You may not be the lion, but you are the lion's roar. Somebody has to do it. And then it is whispering to you for a reason, my sister. Because it doesn't seem right. And the more you think about it, the harder it is to remain silent about the whisper that you hear, about the change that you want to see, about the things that you need to do. And then your whisper is going to become a shout because now you have the power. The power has been awakened in you. You realizing your strength to change the very thing that you see. And the more you stand in that, the better. Now you can live the whisper out loud. Some of us are at the beginning of stages where we're just hearing the whisper and we're not sure what to do with it. And then there are some of us who we're ready to whisper, take our whisper to a shout. We now have the power and we're ready to do something about it. And then there's some of us who are living the whisper out loud. Y'all, I don't know which phase I'm in. I think I'm in between the both. The whisper to the shout. It has awakened the power within me to know that I can change. I can help my sister. I think I'm in between there. But I'm also living the whisper out loud every day. Fearless Morning Show. The only Live Past Crazy specialist. Every day. Every day. I am not the lion, but the lion's roar has fell on me. You have to do it, my sister. You can't not do it. The whisper is going to get stronger. Thank you, Miss Valerie. The whisper is going to get stronger. Now, your whisper doesn't have to be mine. I don't wish my journey on anybody. It was not fun. It was not easy. It was not. I wish my journey on nobody. So whatever your whisper is, accept it today. Accept that you may think that you're not the lion, but you are the lion's roar. Accept that today. Period. Know that that whisper is there for a reason. And it's going to get louder before it gets quiet. Miss Valerie, Miss Valerie, post your link. She has Esther's Purpose. Miss Margaret, she's hashtag changing the world. We all have a whisper, and we can't remain silent. We may not have thought we were the lion, but the lion's roar has fallen on us. We heard the whisper, and now we are shouting because it has awakened the power within us, and we have to live the whisper out loud. I am my sister's keeper. Girl, I don't, let me tell you, baby, I know some days, I don't know. Some days it's hard. It's hard. The age that they be in behavior has become not. Yes, Miss Valerie, I think your quote is coming back through again. And that's exactly what it means. And then, Miss Margaret, we're going to tie that back into the women of the older women of the churches to teach the younger people. We're tying that back in because now I am my sister's keeper. So now that I know, I can't not teach another young lady. I can't not share. I can't. It begins as a whisper. And Miss Beverly, you right there with me. We may not think you the lion, but it's falling on you to be the lion's roar. You out there every day, impacting your community. Every day. It begins as a whisper. And it just doesn't feel right to keep it to yourself. The whisper turns into a shout where you're recognizing your power and it has awakened something in you and you have to change. You can't stay the same. And then the whisper, you have to live it out loud. So I want to read something to you guys. The whisper calls to some secret, deep place and awakens a longing yet unexpressed. With this whispered revelation, you are no longer the same. Suddenly, you are no longer comfortable in places, relationships, and conversations you were at ease with only a few days, months, or weeks ago. The whisper has the power that quickly to separate us from what we know in just that way. It is the shift. Isn't that amazing? I got that from the quote came from Lioness Arising by Lisa Bevere. And that is on page 212. The whisper calls to some secret deep place and awakens a longing yet unexpressed. The whispered revelation, you are no longer the same. Suddenly you are no longer comfortable in places, relationships, and conversations just a few days, weeks, and months ago you were. A to the man, Miss Beverly. We are all, I am my sister's keeper, just as you are my keeper. Yes, a whisper has the power to separate us that quickly from what we know to the unknown. The only certain thing in life was that something has to shift and we will never be the same. Period. I'm not the lion, but it failed to me to give the lion's roar. That's just amazing. Right. No longer comfortable. And for me, there have been times when I've no longer been comfortable in conversations and situations that before I had no problem engaging with. And I had to learn, sometimes it's not my place to correct anybody about their conversation. It is my place to be silent and let them observe the silence of why I have changed. Well, Jojo, you used to laugh and talk about that thing. Yep. And y'all, I'm getting this. Sometimes y'all, when you're in the situation and you're not doing the things you used to, but you're with the people who used to, that are doing the same thing that you used to do, and you insist on continuing to be their friend, and you're in that situation and they're having that conversation, but you have changed because that whisper is now a shout and you're living that whisper out loud. Sometimes it's not for you to open up your mouth and say anything, JoJo. It's for you to simply be quiet and let them come to you, so that now that they are open, so that you can show them a different way, so that they can understand I am my sister's keeper. They can't understand me telling them I am my sister's keeper by forcing it upon them. If I'm in that situation, get it, JoJo, A to the man. It's not for me to say it. Sometimes it is for me to be silent so that I don't react the same that I used to. So now they think differently about JoJo. JoJo, why are you not laughing about that? Why are you not talking about that? Then they start paying attention more to my actions and my words. And then they can come to me and they have more of an open mind and an open concept for me to say, I am my sister's keeper. Let me show you the way. Y'all, I just got all of that for myself. Every bit of it. I think I'm going to cry again. Sometimes. So maybe we need to change this quote. Somebody's waiting to hear my voice. They will not move until I move. Somebody's waiting to see my actions, and they will not move until I move. And my action could be, I don't say a thing. Instead, I make myself a safe, peaceful place for them to come. And so now that they know they can come here and it is peaceful, they can come here and there's no judgment. They can come to this space of JoJo, and then I am able to explain that I am my sister's keeper. I got all of that just now. A to the man. I'm not the lion, but it fell to me to give the lion's roar. Live the whisper out loud. And maybe that's the way we do it. Maybe that's the way I do it. Tomorrow we'll talk about when the shout becomes a roar. It begins with a whisper. In the whisper, it seems that it's not right to keep it to ourselves. That this change that we see, it's not right for us to have this information and not want to share it. That's your whisper. It never goes away. And the more, when you're on this journey, the more information you get, the more urgently you seek more information. And the more the path opens up for you, and the more light that you see. And then you'll become eventually, it's not going to be enough for you to know the information. You have to share it. And that's when your whisper is going to turn into a shout. Because now you've awakened your power within, and you know you've got to share it. And you have the power, you have the confidence, you have the fortitude, you have the strength, you have the ability, you have the resources, you have all the things that you need to make that change. And then we have to live the whisper out loud. I am my sister's keeper. And living the whisper out loud is simply taking what we heard in that whisper and making it visible for others, so that they know it's a safe place to come, so that we can share the information or share your story or whatever it is that you need. A to the man. Y'all, this show was all for me this morning. Thank y'all for coming along with me. All right, guys. Today's freebie. So, y'all, let me read that quote one more time. I am not the lion, but it fell on me to give the lion's roar. Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill. So, Y'all know, let me post this right here. And you may not be able to see it on, because I got a long, I have a, let me see. So today's freebie is my daily mantra. And it is at bit.ly/daily mantra 2019. And I don't have it here with me. But it's the daily mantra that I read last week. So if you need help writing yours out, hopefully that would be a good starting place. And if you don't have one and you don't know how to write one, you can use mine. It's free. We're doing something every single day for the month of June for my birthday. And so for today, it is my daily mantra, bit.ly daily mantra 2019. Right, but Beverly says she's at a peaceful place, but you can't come and you can't come and give me unrest. Yes, ma'am. Beverly, be peaceful, period. And people, once you embody that, once you are peaceful on the inside, when people come at me at crazy, and I don't want to sound strange, but it's like a shield. It's like a covering. It's like I'm here to help you, but I will not absorb what it is that you have. I can't absorb it. And if I'm here to help, if I'm not here to help you, but you're trying to force your crazy or whatever it is upon me, I cannot accept it, because there's peace here. The peace is here, and I cannot accept it. Yeah, because people try to jump their crazy on you. And I'm not here for none of it. Nope. I cannot. Let me tell y'all, let me tell you this, I'm going to go. Let me tell you how I sidestep it sometimes. Sometimes there's crazy at work, and it may be interacting with me directly. I promise you this is what I do. I turn my body literally away from the person that I'm talking to. I turn my body. And as I turn my body, they keep trying to turn with me. But I keep turning. And eventually, I'm in a position where I'm not being rude. I'm walking away. And the conversation has stopped, and they're not quite sure why. I can't handle it. I can't. And I'm not going to participate willingly. How about that? As my sister's keeper, I'm mindful of what I'm supposed to do. But some people want to dump their crazy in your lap. Thank you, Beverly. Be peaceful, period. Be peaceful. And that's the way it has to be. I can't take that. So that's how I work with it. So yes, they do try to force their crazy. And you're like, relationships. That's how crazy relationships continue. That's how crazy friendships continue. That's how crazy jobs continue. Because you think, oh, but they're really a nice person, and then you caught up in it. Be peaceful. Be peaceful. So, guys, I hope this has helped somebody today. Please grab your freebie today. bit.ly/daily mantra 2019. It is my personal mantra that hangs on my wall. I took it down so I could make a copy of it. But it's my daily mantra that I read out loud every day. And it is on my phone. It is at my desk at work. I don't have it hanging up at work, but it's in my drawer. And sometimes when I need that little reminder, I put it there. Today's quote of the day: I am not the lion, but it fell on me to be the lion's roar. That's Winston Churchill, y'all. That quote is for real going on the wall of quotes. That is deep. I love that. It begins with a whisper. The whisper turns into a shout. And now you must live the whisper out loud. Tomorrow we will talk about the whisper to a roar. From a whisper to a roar. And what that means and what that looks like. So I hope this has helped somebody today, y'all. It's my birthday month. June 29th is coming. I will be 44, so all things 4. And I went live yesterday And this lady, a friend of mine, told me it's really 8. And 8 is the number of beginnings because 4 plus 4 is 8. And I'm here for all beginnings. I'm here for completion. I'm here for all things. Thank you. So, yesterday's freebie was the 5 steps to live past crazy. If you go to bit.ly /5 keys to live, that is still free. I will be changing the price on that to $4.44. Everything I offer between $14.44 and $4.44. So make sure you get these things before I change the price of them. And today's freebie is the daily mantra. So bit.ly daily mantra 2019 to grab your copy and just use it as, you know, a way to write your own inspiration. You don't even have to use mine. You can get your own. So it is my job as my sister's keeper to share that information. All right, guys, I hope you have an amazing... Oh, thank you, Beverly, for sharing. I appreciate you. I hope you guys have an amazing Monday. I was going to say Tuesday. I don't know what's going to happen on Tuesday, but we're going to take it. Have an amazing Monday. And remember, you may not be the lion, but it has fallen on you to be the lion's roar. My sister, go out and change the world today. Impact that one person you've been wanting to impact forever, but you didn't know how. Live that whisper out loud. Let your whisper be a shout. Let your power strengthen you. Let your actions strengthen you so that sister or that brother knows that you're a safe place to come to get the information that they need. So now that they are open to receive it. All right, guys, I hope you... Oh, don't forget, if your friends... Here's my mouse. If your friends and family don't have Facebook, we do have the YouTube channel. Let me post that for you so that they can binge watch all of the Fearless Morning shows. Please make sure you share because sharing is caring. And I greatly appreciate you guys joining me on the Fearless Morning Show every weekday mornings. I really do. Don't forget the Great Girlfriends Retreat. It is the Live Past Crazy retreat. And it is going to be in Clearwater. Girlfriends Retreat 2019. You can go there and grab your tickets. And I may put tickets on sale for my birthday. So we'll see. All right, guys. I hope you have an amazing Monday. And I will see you here. I may come back later on this afternoon for people that missed it this morning. Because I said I would go live every day this week. So I may come back later on this evening to do the freebie again. But make sure you share that with everybody else as well. All right, guys. Have an amazing Monday. And I will see you here later on today or bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a good one.